on Monday this week, we lost John Garrett. And when I heard the news, I was at work. I was holding back tears. It was very, very sad to hear. John Garrett, Cheech, was the voice of my childhood. I mean, every time I turn a Canucks game on, I'd be just so happy to hear both John and John's voice. And although the Canucks probably weren't that great, their commentary, how fun it was. Even though it was fun, it was still very informative. Cheech always brought a smile to my face whenever the Canucks would play. And even after, when he retired, obviously I was so sad when he retired. It sucked, but you'd still hear him on the occasional the oh my god, the occasional Flames game. I don't know why I was going to say Canadians. That he would be a part of, that I would watch because I didn't watch a lot of Flames games, and it was always refreshing and nice to hear him again. And I'm glad that I got to listen to him do one last game when I watched my hometown. A player from my hometown, Abram Weed, make his debut. Cheech was on the commentary, and it was really nice to hear him just one last time. Um, it caught me so off guard hearing this news, but Cheech, thank you so very much, and rest in peace. I'm back. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Canucks Land podcast. A video overdue. I haven't uploaded in a while. I haven't uploaded. It's been like 5 days since I uploaded. It actually really isn't that long, but for me, it is that long. And as you could tell, I'm in a different spot. The audio is probably a little bit worse. Once we probably get set up, hopefully the audio gets a little bit better. But I moved. I moved out officially. My first time moving out, so I was very, very busy with that, and I do apologize. It's a really bad time with the charity and stuff like that, with a bunch of content. I should be making content every day, reminding everyone about the charity. I moved out, and this is where we are. So, what we're going to do is a Canucks Land podcast. I apologize that I did miss the franchise movie, and I apologize that I haven't updated you guys at all as well, that I have been moving out. Not that I didn't want to, it's just that I was busy. Like, literally, I could not find the time. And then when the time would come where I could make a video, it was procrastinating / resting. So I do apologize. But before we get into it, let's do a charity check. I want to check how the charity is doing. Drum roll, please. We hit our goal. We are at $589. We hit our $500 goal on Wednesday. Middle of week 2, we hit our goal, which means we are upping it to $750. So our new goal is now $750. So thank you to everyone who donated to get us to 500. We are now up to $750. That's the new goal. Thank you guys so much. You guys are great. We hit that. I was hoping we would hit it before week 2. We did kind of hit it before, we did hit it before week 2, but I thought it would be close. It was pretty far. We were very, very close. I think we were $14 away after week 1. So thank you guys yet again so much. I really, really do appreciate it. And the topics of this video: where have I been? We already covered that. What did I miss? And my thoughts. That's the things we will be getting into. What did I miss with the Vancouver Canucks and the NHL playoffs in its entirety? A lot of game reviews is the answer in a franchise move video. But yeah, what did I miss? So the Vancouver Canucks, when we last left off, the Vancouver Canucks had fired Patrick Allvin, and they were going on their new GM search. I have Elliot Friedman's updates about the GM searches, and I'll also throw in what I've heard from the GM searches as well if they're not in there. But I'm pretty sure this covers a lot, and this covers everything, so we will be very good, very well off with this thing I have up here. And then we'll be going through the NHL playoffs as my face darkens a little bit. We'll be looking at the bracket and seeing how I'm doing in predictions so far. I think it's 50-50. I think it's pretty much 50-50 right now. There's a couple of games going on right now. So we'll also check in on those to see how those are doing. So without further ado, let's hop into it with the GM searches. So the list of names that I've heard, as well as on the list I'm finding out some new ones, are Shane Doan, Jeff Tambellini, Brad Pascal, Ryan Johnson, Patrick Burke, Ray Whitney, Ryan Martin, Brett Peterson, and Jamie Langenbrunner. Langenbrunner, I think that's how you say it. They're interviewed. There could be someone else. Who else was previously? I feel like there was someone else that was previously reported on this list, but also not as well. They asked to talk to Tom Fitzgerald, but he's focused on the Nashville job. Burke, Whitney, and Martin have been told that they won't get the GM job, so those names can be written off the list immediately. But it's nice that they're expanding it, even if they're just going to go with Ryan Johnson. But we'll get into my thoughts later. Isn't sure if there's an official shortlist yet. They've told some people that they're out, but haven't completely pared down the list yet. Has heard positive things about Doan and Gold. Could be others. Haven't heard. Has heard sorry, I'm trying to read it. Has heard positive things about Doan and Gold. Could be others and haven't heard it. Okay. Rutherford's choice is Ryan Johnson, of someone in similar position as him, but in the organization. If someone in a similar position as him, but in other organizations as hard as GM, then there's a serious question about Johnson's future. Yes, had previously extended his contract, asked him to not interview elsewhere. We already know that. We actually knew that information, I think, before when Alvin was just fired. It was kind of like, hey, what's the Ryan Johnson situation? That's the thing you got to figure out, because he was a very good candidate within our system. Have been asking candidates how long they feel the rebuild needs to be. Also asking about the lessons they learned with their experiences with rebuilds. Have asked candidates to rank their top 3 draft picks in the upcoming draft. Well, I mean, it makes sense, just 3, right? You're gonna get a list of a bunch of players, but you're going to get their top 3, which makes sense because that's where we're going to land in the lottery, which is very, very soon. I'm uploading this on May 1st. The lottery is on Tuesday, which time flying by. I thought the lottery was farther away than it was. Ask candidates if they would keep Foot or make a coaching change. I think this one also depends on Aquilini and whether he's willing to pay Foot to not coach or not. But we'll get into that later. There have been 5 people on most of the Zoom calls on the Canucks side. Draft lottery doesn't factor in the timing of hiring a new GM. We'll do in-person visits before the hiring. I think I heard that there might be I think we've heard that there might be doing those pretty soon. I'm not sure if I heard it was like a timeline. But yeah. We'll see. So that is it there for that. And then for the NHL playoffs, I apologize, so this part is a little bit boring here. The Colorado Avalanche swept the LA Kings. Minnesota Wild beat Dallas in 6. Vegas and Utah are playing tonight. They're playing in 4 minutes. Edmonton lost to Anaheim in 6 games. Buffalo's up 3-2 in the series. They are playing. The game could be over. Same with Montreal, Tampa. I don't know. We'll check those in a second. Carolina swept Ottawa. And then Philly beat Pittsburgh in 6. So let's go check those games out here. We'll click the NHL, and we will see it's overtime right now for the Canadiens and the Lightning, as we are trying to find the other game that happened. I think they're just going into overtime there for the Lightning and the Canadiens. If we go to schedule, where is Buffalo Boston? That game's live right now as well. So I would like to see. It's 3-1 Buffalo, so it looks like Buffalo's going to win that series in 6 at the moment. How many minutes? 7 minutes left in the third. So it's a good chance. It is a very, very good chance. So let's get into my thoughts about everything. We went through all of it very quickly. I will give my thoughts. The very discombobulated one, we're still unboxing everything. I'm still not fully ready. Eventually, when I am fully ready and I am fully settled, we'll have better videos. So I do apologize. The names that we're hearing here. So Patrick Burke, Ray Whitney, and Ryan Martin. They said Gold, Doan, and Gold, but I don't see Gold. And unless I don't know someone's nickname, I'm a little confused. But yeah, those were the 3. We'll go off right away. They've been told that they won't get the GM job. Okay. Those, I really like that they expanded the list and that they were talking to even those 3. If they weren't going to get the GM job, if they were like very down there, they're getting ideas and they're getting thoughts from other people, which is really nice to see. It's nice to see them go out and just be like, hey, what do you guys think? They're getting information, what people think, what a lot of people think around the league, around, the people that are available, what they think how long do they think the rebuild's going to be, who should be the top 3 draft picks, what should they do with their coaching. Maybe they're getting some ideas with their coaching. It's like, okay, why do you think that? Why do you think this as well? Like, it's very, very good. I like they're expanding it. Even if you're going to go just with Ryan Johnson, if you're just going to go, hey, we want Ryan Johnson, but we went and made this whole interview process big and worth it because we got a lot of information and we really have a set idea. It matches what Johnson's saying, what everyone was saying on average matches what Johnson's saying, or matches whoever is the GM. I personally think it should be Johnson. And we got a lot. It works. We have more info, we're more set, we're more ready, and it helps us. We get a lot of good help when it comes to it, which is the best thing. I was just worried they were going to go, Ryan Johnson. Like, I'm happy if it was Ryan Johnson, but I'd be worried if they just went, Ryan Johnson. It's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now you know, like, here's what a bunch of people within the league think the timeline should be. Obviously, there's probably going to be people who say, oh, man, Aquilini, I know what you said, so I know you're past, so I could turn this around in 2 years. But there could be guys who are like, yeah, I'm going to be 100% honest. You guys got Zeke William, Tom Vilander, and Braden Coots. Those are your big top 3 prospects, and I'd be a little bit worried about Vilander and Coots being your top prospects. We need to go deep into a rebuild. 5 years or so, which is kind of what I think. Not kind of. I pretty much think we should have a 5-year rebuild. I can understand a scenario where it's 2 to 3 seasons where we get very, very, very lucky. Not going to happen. So I really like the expansion list, and I understand you're going to have to cut it down. So we're seeing that. Shane Doan is one I really like. And if he's not going to get hired as GM, and I have had my thoughts that I think Rutherford should be let go or should step down once we find the new GM. If that GM is not Shane Doan and Rutherford steps down, I wouldn't mind Shane Doan moving into a president of hockey ops role. Inexperienced, sure, but man, just a good character guy. And you just need to fix the culture. That's the first step. Let's fix the culture. Let's get that ready. Culture starts at the top. If the top of your organization is showing good culture, is able to, like, I mean, Aquilini is probably going to be very, very hard to start at the top with Aquilini as your owner. But if you're able to, you know, if Aquilini is less hands-on, you don't see him as much as we probably would in the past, and you got good character guys like Ryan Johnson and Shane Doan at the top of your organization, I feel like it could very much work out. The only side of that I worry a little bit about, I really like Ryan Johnson when it comes to the hockey side as well. I think that he can do a good job. Shane Doan, a little bit more inexperienced. I know he does have experience in hockey op roles, but not like in president of hockey operations. That's where my concern is, just such a higher role, but hopefully he'll be able to learn it. And he's a really nice person, from what I've heard, really nice person, so should be able to get a lot of good advice from people around the league. Like, I'm sure, like, Shane Doan just calls up another president of hockey operations, just like, hey man, like, I need some advice. They won't be like, yeah, no, screw you. They're gonna, yeah, here's some advice. You got to build the relationships. You can't just go, no, screw you. That cuts a relationship off. What if that GM gets fired? He's like, hey, I'm looking for a job. Vancouver has openings here. Shane Doan's like, get lost. So obviously he'll be able to get some help, which is nice. I really like that. I kind of, in my head, I'm picturing Ryan Johnson, Shane Doan, and I like it. I really like it. Combo, and I could see it happening. In terms of asking Tom Fitzgerald, it does sound like he is pretty much in on that Nashville job. Waiting for the announcement. It could have happened by now, actually, because I haven't checked my phone a lot today, but we're waiting for the announcement. The little text on the screen if it has happened. Let's see. Isn't official shortlist yet. They're still going through it. And I feel like if you keep it a little wide open when you do in-person interviews, it might help out a little bit. Then you can cut down. Heard positive things about Doan and Gold. Yet again, I don't see a Gold, and I'm confused. It could be someone's nickname. So I apologize. I do apologize. But Shane Doan, I like that. I like that. I'm happy that they're hearing positive things, especially because I think that he could fit into that president hockey ops role with just the character, and hopefully he's able to learn the job, but he will just be a high character guy in the organization that can help build the culture. Culture is a big thing, and I know it's a word that gets thrown around a lot, and I'm sounding like Halford and Bruff in the morning, but it's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but it's a big thing, and the Vancouver Canucks have been lacking culture. When we were good, we were lacking culture, and then this is why. This is what happens when you lack culture. This is what happens. We're here now. So you got to set the culture, and it has to start at the top. So moving on to the next point, right? One of the first choices is Ryan Johnson. I feel like we've known this for a while. It's ownership that's not sold on him yet, which makes me think, If ownership's not sold on Ryan Johnson, what else do you need to see? Which makes me believe, whoa, is he really hands off? I know Ryan Johnson's been with the organization for 13 years, but are you really that hands off? Wouldn't you think, if you're Aquilini, Ryan Johnson, he's going to be a first-time GM. He was in Abbotsford. He may be a little bit more inexperienced. Maybe I could hop in there. Maybe I could hop in there and just be like, hey, let me play the role of GM again. You would think that Aquilini would be all over that. Maybe Aquilini is pretty hands-off. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping he doesn't touch the wheel at all. And he's just like, do whatever you want and I'll fund it. Except for if I have to fire you guys, then I'll think about it because I don't want to pay out contracts. Maybe. I don't know. I've been asking, I think I already talked about that, asking about their top 3 draft picks this season. All right, I'm going to do mine because I haven't. I need to do more scouting, but I am going to do mine. This is going to be Gavin McKenna and Ivar Stenberg 1-2. Very easy. The third one is going to be hard for me. So my first overall, if we get the first pick, I'm taking Gavin McKenna. If we get the second pick, I'm taking Ivar Stenberg. I am not taking Caleb Malhotra over that. I'm just going to update, see if Tankathon has a different list than they do. Okay. Third overall, I'm between 3 players. Caleb Malhotra, Keaton Verhoff, and Chase Reed. I really like Carson Carrolls, but I don't think he goes past them. I really like Carson Carrolls. I think I'm going Chase Reed just because, I don't know. I think I'm going Chase Reed. Smaller, yeah. But he put up the points in the OHL was pretty good. He's going to the NCAA next season. If we get third, maybe Verhoff plays in the NHL. Maybe Caleb Malhotra plays in the NHL. Maybe. I think Chase Reed has a better option where it puts you more into a rebuild if you're at 3. I don't think these guys at 3 take you immediately out of a rebuild, but if you take Chase Reed, he's going to go to or Caleb Malhotra's going to the NCAA too. So I'm kind of thinking both ways, but I think Chase Reed's my guy. If you go Chase Reed, he goes back to Michigan State, you kind of have the same team again. So it kind of helps you out a little bit. And yeah, that's my top 3. And I would take Chase Reed at 3. If I get 2, I'm taking Stenberg unless McKenna falls, but I'm taking McKenna at 1. That's what I'm hoping we take. Ask candidates if they would keep foot or make a coaching change. I'm really hoping that this doesn't go into the decision. I'm just hoping that they're just kind of understanding what the thought process would be. Hey, maybe they all say they're going to get rid of Foot. And they're like, all right, feels like it's just going to be Foot gone. So we can just don't have to do it right away or just wait. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really worried about this because I do kind of want Manny Malhotra to go up to the NHL because I just don't know if he's going to be available to bring in next year. I don't think so. I think if Manny Malhotra and Ryan Johnson are not promoted this offseason, they're gone. So, yeah. There have been 5 people on most of the Zoom calls for the Canucks side. So let's think about it here. Francesco Aquilini, Jim Rutherford. Oh, there's that one guy. He was like the president. I forget. The one guy. Oh, I forget his name. And then I have the other 2. Maybe Castonguay, but I'm not sure. I don't know. That was a dumb thing to try to predict. Draft lottery doesn't affect the timing. Send Finn. Just send Finn to the draft lottery. I don't really care. Just send Finn. I don't know. Send Finn, send Williams, send Besser, send a Make-A-Wish kid. Send a Make-A-Wish kid. That would be awesome. Actually, I'd do that. Send a Make-A-Wish kid. Not me though. Send someone else. Not me. I'm not trying to say, hey, send a Make-A-Wish kid and have it be me. If you're gonna send a Make-A-Wish kid and you got the idea from me, don't send me. Send someone else. We'll do it in-person visits before hiring. Kind of thought that would be the case. So yeah, that's my thoughts on all of that. Going through all there. Send a Make-A-Wish kid, but not me. Let's go into the playoffs, and we'll do it for each series. So we're gonna go check that Buffalo game. I don't know how long it's been since. For the yapping. It's 4-1 Buffalo. So Buffalo wins the series in 6. That's what we'll start off with the series. What about the other game? The game in overtime. No, we're 8 minutes through overtime and there hasn't been a goal yet. We'll go to the game cast there. Just to see. mute the desktop audio just in case it plays a video. There's basketball. Just seeing if that would happen. Okay, we're looking fine so far. No goals. So, Buffalo beats Boston 4. So, I did predict that. I did predict that Buffalo would beat Boston. Just not in the games. I'm loading up my bracket. Let's get this loaded up here. Quickly. That's it. Yes. Load. Quickly. View my bracket. I got one bracket. I said 7. So I said 7. So I gave Boston a little bit more leeway. And no, that did not happen. Buffalo wins, though, so we got that right. Tampa versus Montreal. We don't know. It could be Montreal in 6. And I picked Tampa with my brain more. Like I was picking it with my gut. That's the word. Gut. With my heart, I would have picked Montreal. My buddy's a Montreal fan. That's the team I'm cheering for. That's the team I'm adopting for the playoffs. Not, I don't want to say cheering for because I feel like I'm just like switching teams. All of a sudden, I have my bracket's ass. My bracket's not good. It looks like Montreal is going to win, and I'm very happy for them. But I could be jinxing them right now because it is overtime. Tampa just got to score 1 goal. It's 0-0. What an even series. That series has been awesome. From the games that I've watched, I have missed a lot because of all the moving. But wow, the games I've watched that series has been awesome. Speaking of a boring series, though, Carolina sweeps Ottawa. So I had it right that Carolina would win. I gave Ottawa a 2-game credit. I thought it would be in 6. Nope. Was wrong. Carolina wins, though, so I did get the Carolina Hurricanes right. Moving on. If Tampa loses to Montreal tonight or in Game 7, there goes my Stanley Cup champion. Pittsburgh versus Philly. I had Pittsburgh winning in 7. Philly wins in 6. It just felt like, yeah, Philly goes up 3 games. Pittsburgh just couldn't get into it, and then it was too late. It was too late because just couldn't get back to it. Like, just couldn't come back close. That overtime, Pittsburgh scores in overtime. They go to Game 7, and it could be a closer series. But yeah, I get that wrong. So, Colorado versus LA, a sweep, and I predicted Colorado in 5. I gave LA a little bit too much credit. I thought they would get a game. I thought they would get a win for Kopitar. Congratulations, Kopitar, on an amazing career. I did think that this was going to happen, of Colorado winning. If they do a second chance bracket, by the way, I will do it. I did predict Colorado winning, and yeah, it happened. I just thought LA would get a game, and they didn't get a game. Checking the Montreal Canadiens and Tampa Bay score as we go through periodically here. Dallas versus Minnesota. No, I wanted Dallas to at least beat Minnesota, man. They lose in 6. I predicted Dallas in 7. And I feel like it could have went, I don't know. Dallas just didn't look the best from what I heard in the series. And from what I saw in like the first couple of games, Dallas didn't look their best. No even strength. I think they got a couple even strengths. But man, it was power play heavy for them. And Tampa Bay wins in overtime. Gage Gonzalez from my hometown gets the OT winner. Congratulations, Gage. It is going 7. Oh my. Congratulations, Gage. That's awesome to see someone from my hometown scoring an OT winner to send the series to 7. So we're going to get Tampa Montreal one more time. Hell yeah. My buddy's stressing me. He wishes that they would win in 6. But yeah, that's awesome. I can't believe we get more of that series. That's going to be fun to watch on Sunday, I think. Vegas versus Utah. That game's right now. It just started. Currently, I don't think the game cast is up for it. It hasn't dropped. Puck hasn't dropped yet on that game yet. 3-2 for Vegas at the moment. Hoping Utah is able to come back and win it in 7. I picked them winning in 6, so a little worried. Anaheim and Edmonton, the last series I'll be giving my thoughts on. I had the Edmonton Oilers winning in 6. Flip it. The Anaheim Ducks won in 6. Now, I don't know if I said this in my video, and I'm pretty sure I did, because I don't think I did two tries at the video, 2 takes. I think I said that I was going to pick the Edmonton Oilers because I picked them to lose every year against LA. And I was like, they always win. I'm going to reverse it, I'm going to... Superstitions, we're going to reverse it. Because I want Edmonton to lose. I've been manifesting Edmonton to lose. Let's manifest them to win. Let's put the Canucks land jinx on them. And boom! Boom! We bring the boom. Anaheim wins. Let's go. Edmonton, see you later. Bye bye. I know you missed, I made the playoffs. My team was last in the league, but bye bye. Yeah, I'm happy. Anaheim moves on. They're a fun team to watch. A very good high scoring series as well. Congratulations, Anaheim. And let's go. All right, so we're getting Game 7 Tampa Montreal, and we're getting Utah Vegas Game 6 right now. So if Utah wins, we'll get one more game on top of the Montreal Tampa Game 7, and I'm hoping that they do so that they can get my prediction right, at least get the game win prediction right. But without further ado, that is it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize yet again for leaving you guys high and dry for a couple days. Yeah, I do apologize. I should have at least made a video letting you guys know what was happening. I did move. We're all moved over. Now it's time to get everything set up. But the videos will be coming back. This Sunday, it will be the collab video. We'll get that all going for you. That will be on Sunday. But without further ado, that is it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're a Canucks fan, you enjoy this kind of content, how did you? I'm kidding. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe. I haven't set a goal yet for the off season, so I'll set it later. But yeah, without further ado, that is it for this one. Video on your right, the video from it's the video from Sunday. The video on your left is the video from Friday. Subscribe's right down into there. Donate to the charity, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.